Continuing on, now we're at the mind level. So as we're exploring this kit of the nine-centered being that it works with, you can find a lot more information about the nine-centered being through human design by doing a Google search. You can find that human design and Ra, who was its creator, discussed the whole evolution in a really profound way. And it will agitate and inspire your mind for sure. It really talks a lot about the energetics of form that consciousness takes and how that whole process happens. So it's fascinating, and then you can go and find your own chart so that you can find your own uniqueness. This kit was created in coordinates with our energy center, which has evolved from 7 chakras to 9 chakras. And basically, I'm going through each of these centers, explaining their, function and what happens when they're healthy, when they're not, and how to balance them with these oils as I describe the contents of these synergies, these mixes, which optimize each center so that you can thrive. So the ajna, the third eye center, is very important, obviously, because it's where we find vision. And a lot of us are very much all about vision. And this immediately just kind of sparks your pituitary gland. It opens up your third eye. It opens up this whole process of here and inside. So the 8th chakra is all about the mind. It's all about the intellect. It's all about, the computational aspect of either doing math or even creating myths, or, the envisioning process of new vision that you want to bring into the world. It's the way that you conceive of things. It's the way that your mind computes things. It's in a way that software that's computing, right? And the mind is precious in basically perceiving and reflecting the entire physical experience from down below, which is life's energy that wants to move through us and express itself, and then we have the mind that can observe that. And so it's this observing quality, and it's also this very powerful consciousness that's been dominating the human experience for a very, very long time. It's what helped us transition from the nomadic culture, from that instinctual culture, into the mental culture of civilization, of farming, and of this industrialization, and even this new technocracy that's taking place. It's all the intellect, right? And this consciousness is getting to a point of singularity with AI probably and most likely taking over the human experience of needing to be the intellect as we move towards this nine-centered beings, which is all about bringing us into our spiritual, emotional consciousness so that we can commune. So in a sense, the mind is very important, and yet it's starting to be dated as we move into artificial intelligence, which is able to compute way more information. It's almost like all of humans together and our minds together is what AI is kind of doing, which is fascinating, but also a little scary at times. But this is part of the evolution. Yet our mind is crucial for us to have functioning properly. The pituitary gland is very important in being able to see clearly and to be able to envision clearly, to be able to perceive reality clearly. So it's all about clarity. That's the name of the oil. And other qualities is that it brings is concentration, and focus. So when you want to be concentrated and focused, this is a wonderful oil that activates your mind into precision, into a certain wisdom, into obviously vision, And it also helps you train your mind into this stillness. Very much like the Buddhist practice, it helps you go into this still meditation state, which then allows for pure thought to come through. The different oils that are in here are black spruce, juniper, Manuka, lavender, hyssop, frankincense, peppermint, which you taste really right away and it kind of just awakens you. A little bit of rose again, some blue cypress, some Palmarosa, Galbanum, which is also a very old Iranian and Persian oil that was used to really enhance the mind and to help concentrate and to bring you into these other kind of states of consciousness. White fir is also kind of like a tree that helps elevate the mind, elevate and inspire into higher realms of consciousness. So it's really all about consciousness, you know, like the ajna is about the mind and the consciousness and the perception of reality, and moving up in consciousness is really the point. And so sometimes we can be rigid and have thoughts that basically limit what we can perceive, and what we want to do is really open that up. Sometimes also our monkey brain kind of takes over, right? And so we have this constant chatter and constant noise in our brains, moving from one to the next to the thing to whatever distraction, and in our world we have so many. So this helps with ADD, this helps with concentration, this helps with the monkey brain that wants to take over, and it calms the monkey brain, and it nourishes and empowers the hypothalamus, which was really important for me because there's not so many traditional medicines that help the hypothalamus, which of course is the control center of our entire hormonal system. So this is also very useful. And what I've seen is a lot of people use this to get deeper into their sleep, to get deeper sleep and to kind of stop that monkey brain from being so excited, which is usually because of all the emotions that are coming up and that we're trying to solve the emotions with our mind, which you can't do. So we have the other center, which is passion, that really helps to solve some of the emotions and puts less stress on the hormonal system, and therefore brings a more clear mind. So I add it with clarity, and this is really a powerful combination to retune your hormonal system, your emotional system, and to refine clarity in the mind. I have a lot of healers that like to use this for themselves, to be clear, to be in vision, to channel correctly, to see clearly. A lot of businessmen also like to use this because as they're at tasks, you know, that require concentration and focus, this is really kind of almost like this brain empowering substance that really enhances the mind and our brain waves. Its frequency is 852 hertz, and it's basically this very powerful frequency for consciousness. The mantra is, I awaken my vision with focus and clear intentions. So it's all about awakening your mind, awakening your vision, awakening your consciousness. Frequency number 8.